came into India with my mom, Dr. Mrs. Juliet Nkechi Emelike, for treatments. She had what is called lumbar spondylosis, which was discovered early last year.
I started having pain on my back, that's the sacrum. And well, I didn't take it seriously. But in 2014, it became very severe. So I had to contact an orthopedic hospital in Port Harcourt. And I was sent for MRI. Before that, I was going for X-rays. They said they couldn't find anything wrong. So when it became too severe, I met the orthopedic hospital and they sent me for MRI, scan. And then discovered that there was a little shift. But the doctor recommended exercise, so which I was doing, but there was no solution. The pain increased, and he also suggested that there would be a minor operation if it increased. But when the pain did not subside, of course, I told myself the truth that I have to look for the solution. And of course, I couldn't rely on, because it's a bone surgery, so I was not very confident to do it. We have good doctors in Nigeria, but our problem is electricity and then the equipment. So I decided to search outside.
When it comes to medical science, India has gone very far and world class, but cheaper, more affordable than the other places. So I decided to check the internet and look at going to India for her to have the surgery done.
Immediately there was a click. The Doctors Beyond Borders responded immediately. They were very efficient in responding to our needs. They asked for the medical reports. Everything was sent to them, and before you know it, everything was streamlined and outlined for us, how we are going to get the treatment, the costs, everything.
The person I communicated with, he became very friendly with me because I had so many questions to ask myself. But they were very patient with me, answering my questions.
And in short, it was very exciting because no other people responded like that, really. Well, Dr. Gulati, his profile was very, very intimidating and very, good, because the Doctors Beyond Borders sent his profile to us and a specialist.
Anything they couldn't understand, they would ask Dr. Yash Gulati. He would give them a response. They would give me, So it was really an easy, very fast process. In fact, it would have been faster if we wanted it like that. So they were just going at our pace and very responsive, and I was really impressed. And eventually they guided us on how to go about the visa, how to go about everything stage by stage. After we got the visa, the arrangements for the airport pickup and accommodation, everything was just in place. We were really satisfied. Eventually we met Dr. Gulati. He answered a few questions I asked him. He sent us for further investigations, drew his conclusion, and told us that she was going to have surgery of her spine. So eventually he booked her in for the decompression and stabilization, which he did.
The operation was done on the 30th of September, and I don't know how long the operation took anyway, but the recovery, when I came up from the theater, started recognizing myself, and the nurses were all over trying to, be around me. And when I was taken to the ward, it didn't take more than 1 hour for me to really, know my environment. And really, there was no pain throughout. That's the thing, because I've had 3 operations before, and I know that they used to be very painful, But this time, I was expecting maybe the second day, the third day, the pain will come. but there was no pain.
And by the next morning, she was already up. She was already eating by that very day. She was already up by the next morning. I was expecting maybe she was going to be in a lot of pain, but no pain, no stress. She was already moving around, and within 5 to 6 days, she was already discharged from the hospital and back to the accommodation where we are, and she's been moving around. She's no longer tilting to bending to one side again. She's really fine and okay. So I'm really happy.
I thank God because wisdom belongs to God, knowledge belongs to Him, but I know that the doctors, we are efficient. The nurses, everybody, even the home, what did they call them? The home keepers, they were working like clock. Everybody was just, taking their duty at the right time. Even the cooks that were giving us food, they were very efficient also. I had the problem, I had pains, and I was not walking straight because of the problem when I left my country. But now the operation is done. I see myself walking straight. I've rested. I've also had a holiday sort of, because I moved around the city, to good sites, enjoying myself. So it's both a curative and also a holiday for me to rest before I go back. So I know I'm refreshed and feeling stronger. And
one word I will use to describe Doctors Beyond Borders is efficiency. They're very, very efficient. It's like, I don't know if they don't run out of patience, because for me, I know I asked so many questions. Yet there was no time they got tired of my questions, they answered all my questions, and the arrangements were just perfect. I was really thrilled with the airport pickup, the taxi arrangements, the accommodation, very decent environment, very decent place to stay. I would recommend anybody to use Doctors Beyond Borders because they know exactly the needs of the patient, the attendants, to make the person as comfortable as possible.